על פי החלום האמריקני, ממשלה חדשה תקום בבגדד, והיא תרסק כל איום, דוגמת זה שנשקף ברקע.
We came into a very comprehensive plan how to de-Ba'athify Iraq, banning the Ba'ath Party from practicing politics in the future.
What is the thing that you fear the most concerning the Iraqi future?
Well, I'm afraid the most that Ba'athists will get enough support. There are some Arab countries, unfortunately, who are still in favor of returning of Ba'athists to power, and they are encouraging them and they are giving them hope.
כן, הכוונה היא לאנשים האלה שמרגישים כעת מספיק נוח לצאת לרחוב עם דרישות. אנשי מפלגת הבאת' לשעבר, חיילים וקצינים של הצבא העיראקי, שבצורה מוזרה סבורים שדווקא הם אחראים לשינוי ההיסטורי.
فاحنا البوش وتوصل البلير ها مو هم اللي استحلوا العراق بزودهم، احنا اللي سقطنا صدام حسين، مو بوش ولا بلير. الجيش باقي للابد، الجيش باقي للابد. لابد من امريكا والتحالف وكل العنصريين ان يعطونا حقوقنا كامله، ان يعطونا حقوقنا كامله، وسنقاتلهم في كل مكان وفي كل بقعه وفي كل عبد العراق، وندفع الشهداء والدماء البريه في كل مكان.
Hostility against
the American president.
There is no large hostility. There are very sporadic incidents of hostility that is organized by ex-Ba'athists. In fact, the opposite is true.
When you see a demonstration against the Americans in there?
It's very, very few percent of the Iraqi people, in the fringe of the society, in the fringe of the Israeli society, there are people who are against anything in Israel, but they are by no means should be described as resistance or a majority of the Iraqi people not welcoming Americans.
Interesting. You see, he knew who I am. Normally, when I go to Iraq or Syria or Afghanistan, Pakistan, Lebanon, Libya, I try to hide my identity as an Israeli. I have a foreign passport and I have means, to do it some way. But in Iraq, 2003, the feeling was, that I don't have to. It was a real atmosphere of no more Iraqi as an enemy to Israel. He even told me in this interview, you're going to see, there's going to be an airline between Baghdad and Tel Aviv. Yeah, that was the really notion and the belief. So why are you talking with me about Ba'athists? No more Ba'athists. They are garbage of history. Look at this picture now. This is a picture of Ba'athists, at their best. When Saddam was alive, you see Saddam over there. They are the Sunni soldiers of Saddam. They were like kings, in the time of Saddam. Sunni soldiers. You see Saddam Hussein before he was caught, before he was hanged. And you see another guy, he was nicknamed the Red-Headed, because he has red hair. And his name is Izzat Ibrahim Adouri. He was the commander of the Ba'athists. This is how he looked like 12 and a half years ago, and this is how he looked a few months ago. And you know what he's been doing until a few months ago, when he was killed? He was still the commander of the Ba'athists. So what's going on? We were promised that Ba'athists are no more relevant. Do they still relevant? God, how they relevant. Try to get inside their head. You are Sunni soldiers, you were king. All of a sudden, you are being thrown out of the new army. You have a Shia government, new Shia government in Iraq. Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki, he is a racist Shia, According to him, it was a very good opportunity to get a revenge at the Sunnis. What the Sunnis of Saddam did to the Shia, the majority at the time of Saddam Hussein. He was doing sort of an ethnic cleansing to the Sunnis. So even if you are not a fanatic Sunni, you will try to put up a fight. And you're fighting against the Americans, you're fighting against the Shia, but you have a great idea in mind. That if a Sunni organization will be evolved, we, the Ba'athists, will be the first to join it. And when some sort of this organization by the name of ISIS is coming up, these people, the majority of the Ba'athists, join ISIS. This is how ISIS become a force. Because ISIS in the beginning was not something very much impressive, as a military force. But when they get, the core of the Iraqi army that know tactics, strategy, they know intelligence, habarat, You want to make a conquest campaign? Let me tell you, what heads of the tribes, people, where the military caches, what is the best way to do it? It's sort of, a nice surprise that ISIS gets all these ba'athis, with the resentment and sense of vengeance and access to weapons. So now, if I will show you this horrifying picture of the execution of ISIS, you can see the flag of ISIS in the middle of the photo, upstairs. But try to see the people that make the execution. They look a bit different. The mask, the uniform is a bit different. These are the Ba'athists. These are the people that you saw in 2003, but not only those from 2003, they have also the families, their sons. And as you see in these photos, they have a real fun killing Shia Muslims. Shia are heretics. Shia are the people, who deprive them from power. And one of the people who make the shooting is someone that you made an encounter with a few minutes ago. You remember this guy, Sinan? He doesn't remember exactly, but he cut head of, more or less 70 people. And he tells me exactly the thing that I heard back then in 2003. We managed to burn the Americans. This is his interpretation for the Americans living in Iraq. We managed to kill Iraq. Iraq doesn't function anymore. And now we are going to the neighboring states. No more Iraq, but no more Syria. And next, you do Jordan, Israel, and the rest, because no more sovereign states.